Please describe your job title and primary duties.
I transitioned into being a shift supervisor at Papa John's, which means I'm essentially you'll be responsible for basically every task that's every task that's being done in the store. So you'll have to be responsible for the cooks. You have to be responsible for, in some cases, also the store accounting for the shift. You will have to be responsible for all safety. You'll have to be responsible for just having everything orderly, timely, meeting company expectations and standards, and especially positive customer service, because people are going to ask for you if there are ever any issues that come up during the course of the day.
What was the work environment like?
It's pretty similar to any other position at the store. It's going to be reasonably laid back. Usually employees at Papa John's, in my experience, are they're like a community. So it's typically very easy to integrate into being a shift supervisor as long as you get along with your employees, which was no problem in my case and in my experiences. It's usually fairly straightforward. Dealing with customers, usually you have to have a bit more of an air of professionalism than you might see from some of the employees, and you do have to remind some of your other employees and coworkers that there is that air of professionalism that needs to be maintained. But other than that, I'd say it's pretty simple. Your responsibilities aren't that much greater than some of the other positions, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem if you've ever worked any kind of job similar to this.
How would you describe the application and interview process?
I originally started as a store associate and delivery driver, so transitioning into a shift supervisor may be slightly different than applying, but you will have like a secondary interview where you have to go to the corporate office for the region, and you'll have to typically do like a secondary process where you'll speak to like a district manager or someone higher up than that, and they will give you maybe in some cases like a background check or a credit check to make sure that you are the kind of person that they want handling money. You'll have to go through a few more safety ledgers, and you have to fill out a few more like food handling ledgers. But other than that, I'd say that's a little bit more mechanical of a process because you'll have to have undergone like a proper interviewing process to get into the store or the company to begin with. But transitioning to shift supervisor, there were a lot more invasive things like the credit check and background check that they may require.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to get employment?
Well, if you're looking to become a shift supervisor, I would recommend that you are very patient. That'll be probably one of the best characteristics you can have because there will be a number of instances where you'll be responsible for money or something else that may have occurred in the store that's outside of your control, but you will have to be able to figure out a solution to or be responsible for, even if it's not necessarily your fault. So I would say that if you aren't the kind of person that can keep a cool head, it may be better to look elsewhere at this kind of position because there can be a number of issues, especially related to either product or money that can come up. If you are the kind of person that can be very cool-headed, then it would be a great position for you, especially because you typically get pretty nice wage increase depending on your responsibilities. So.